All right, welcome everybody to today's Saturday Master Training. My name is Jeremy Jenkins, and today we're going to do something kind of fun. I've got a presentation that I learned about years and years ago, and it still works even today, even though it's a little bit old school, kinda. But in the end, it's all about logic, right? And what we want to do is, just really be the most efficient that we can possibly be when we're doing this, because we don't want to waste our time on people that are probably not good candidates for what we're talking about, right? And so what this 54-second presentation does is it allows us to be just quick to the point. It allows us to kind of filter out those that probably aren't going to be interested or aren't going to do anything with it. And it really also solidifies, if it is somebody that would be interested or a good candidate, it solidifies it with them as well in their own mind that what we're doing is awesome. Okay, so this is the 54-second presentation, how to initiate it and have that conversation and kind of just go through your list of people that you're trying to contact and figure out who's going to be the best ones to work with. So this is how it works. We think logically here. We are here because we want to make money, right? So, in the end, that's the goal. We want somebody that's actually going to either be a member, customer, or somebody that's going to actually be a promoter with us, right? And actually go out and do it with us as a team. So we have a tremendous opportunity and we just want it to go faster, right? We all want it to go faster. So we're going to talk about two techniques here. Number one is how to start a conversation with someone, and then how to present in just about 54 seconds, right? And that's a psychological thing, right? The 54 seconds, I mean, it's obviously not going to always be exactly 54 seconds, but it's just something that when somebody hears, oh, it's less than a minute, then they're like, okay, I'll take a moment to listen, right? So when we learn these, then we take these two techniques to our team, right? To our leaders, and we teach the duplication of it so we can help them succeed. And this makes you a leader, all right? So can you see the flow of logic here? So what we're doing is we are earning our money by building a huge organization, right? And by teaching these techniques as well. So when we do that, it's called leverage, because now our team, right, is going. Now our team is building, our team is duplicating what we're trying to do. Sponsoring people really is easy, okay? The work begins after they're in. That's the hard part, okay? So, because now what we're doing is we're helping them get what they want, so you get what you want, the whole Zig Ziglar thing, okay? So we're gonna just work smarter, not harder, right? And we're going to focus on helping our people to teach them the things that they need to do to succeed, right? So that's kind of the overview of this whole 54-second presentation. All right, so now we're going to divide this up into three components, okay? So you have basically, when you're dealing with, this business, okay, in general, there's really three things. There's the first thing, which is our three-step plan, which is what we're going to talk about today. The second thing is all about communication with the leaders and the members of your team and staying plugged in. And then the third thing is building from event to event, okay? That's just typical three components of, networking in general, whether you're, traditional network marketing or affiliate marketing, whatever it is, those are the three things, okay? So successful people do these three things constantly, and those who are unsuccessful do not. Okay, they don't do them. And so the whole plan depends on doing the three steps that we're going to talk about here in just a second, right? And more specifically, the first step, right? So the most successful become experts in this very first step. So step one is creating interest and seeing who is taking it seriously and who is not. I'm going to repeat that. Step one, creating interest and then seeing who is taking it seriously and who is not. That is the number one thing we need to be worried about right there, okay? That the most successful people in any business, doesn't matter what you're doing, are the ones that can do that right there. Create interest and then find out who's going to take it serious and who is not, Okay. Step 2, of course, is then to send them your information, your website, your presentation, get them to a meeting or whatever. And then the step 3 is collecting decisions, right? It's finding out who are the yeses and who are the nos. Okay. For those who say yes, you simply repeat the plan one after the other. Now, going back to, so if we think logically here, step 2, we have no control of whether they're going to actually go to a meeting or attend the webinar or whatever, right? You have no control over that. That's on them, okay? And step 3, we have no control over whether they're going to say yes or no. We just don't, right? Everyone has their free will, okay? Everyone has their own interests, their own things going on. We cannot control that. That's out of our power, right? It's out of our range, okay? That is up to every individual, whether they're going to actually come and participate and whether they're going to say yes or not, okay? So since we only have control over step 1, which is getting them interested and sorting them out, that's the one we need to focus on. Being experts on step 1 is what makes the dreams of our people come true, which also makes our dreams come true, okay? So in other words, kind of to sum this up, we should not be stressing over whether people are coming to the Zooms or the webinars or the meetings or whatever, because we don't have control over that. We can invite, we can do follow-up and stuff like that, but we cannot, think less of ourselves. We cannot stress out if people aren't coming and if they're not saying yes. That's not our problem. Okay, our problem is to filter. Our problem is to just, sort through the no's and the yeses. If we can figure that out, we can make that a priority. If we can, understand that that's the only thing in our own power, then we're going to be successful because we're just going to do that more. Okay, that's the bottom line. All right, so we're going to make it fun, easy, and fast. Right, this is how it works. So being a master of step 1 is introducing people to what we do, all right? So we're going to build rapport in the first 20 seconds. That's the first part of the 54 seconds. The first 20 seconds is the building rapport part, okay? So let's imagine you're not in the business yet, right? But you are looking for ways to earn money like everyone else on the planet, of course, right? Who doesn't want to earn some extra money? Everybody does, right? Let's be honest. Now, does everyone want to do it with network marketing specifically, right? That kind of thing, or sales? No, of course not, right? Not everybody wants to do that, but everybody does want to probably figure out a way to earn some extra cash, right? Okay, so here's some examples of what you could say to build that rapport with people. You could say, the government keeps taking away a good portion of our daily income. With sales tax and other taxes, we lose almost half our income. Did you know that some people have found ways to reduce their taxes and have more income every week? What do you think that person's going to say? Right? So we're not pitching them right now on the opportunity. We're not pitching them on the specifics of, we're save money on travel. No, that's not what we're doing here. Okay? We're creating rapport. We're saying, hey, I think you'd agree with me. The government takes all our money, man, right? And it's just terrible. But some people, not us, right? Some people have found a way to reduce their tax and have more income. What do you think they're going to say? Well, would you be looking for more information? Sure. Who wouldn't, right? Everyone's going to agree with you okay, at this point. So how about this one? Do you know somebody who likes to travel? You might say something like this. Travel is super fun, but it can get expensive. There are tons of places to go visit, but because of limited finances, most people can only take one trip a year. But you know what? Some people have found ways to get huge discounts on travel and even travel for free. Right? Now that person's going, oh, yeah, I love to travel, but yeah, you're right, it is expensive. Wait, what's this? How does somebody find a way to travel for free? What? Right? Now you've piqued their interest. Okay. Now you've created that rapport with them. All right. Here's another one. Some people work for 45 years hoping to retire with just 60% of their income. They cannot live without a pension or with the pension that they got, right? They can't depend on the government. It's not enough. But you know what? Some people have actually found a way to retire in less than 1 year with 100% of their income. Wow. Or how about this one? Tuition for college is very expensive. Some parents have found a way to pay for school for their children without borrowing and without all the stress. All right. So how does this work? So what's happening here is people are just, they will decide things in 30 seconds or less. It's not fair, but that's life, right? That's how it works. So you think about it. How long does it take to hang up on a telemarketer? Instant, right? Why? Because subconscious, right? Oh, you're trying to sell me? Not even answering you. We have two filters. First is for self-preservation, right? It's like if someone's trying to harm us or kill us, okay? But the second is anti-sales. We hate being sold, right? So if the subconscious is detecting any kind of sales, those defenses are going to go up. If we talk about the product, the company, or the business and all that kind of stuff, yeah, sales filters are activated and that person is going to get defensive, which we don't want, okay? And we put up that shield, right? So we have to build rapport. That's how we overcome the two filters. Once we get through to them, they will now feel confident that you see the world the same way they do, and they'll invite you to enter, okay? That's what we're trying to do with these questions. Okay, so here's the formulation of the question. You state some kind of fact, right? So some people work all their lives to retire with 60% of their income, or, some people, want to travel, but they just can't because it's too expensive, right? It's a fact, and we all agree with it. Okay, then you say another fact. So there's got to be two facts there, right? So, you know what? We could not live with what we got from the government, right? I know that I couldn't live on Social Security. I got too good of a lifestyle. I need something else, right? You state a fact. Right? Just, naturally, right? You don't want to sound like a robot, but you state two facts that somebody else is going to definitely agree with. And then you share some new information, always in the third person. Some people, right? Not me, not I found a way to do that, right? But some people have found a way to retire in just 1 year with 100% of their income. Or some people have figured out a way to save hundreds of dollars on their next trip and actually travel for free. It's amazing, right? You share it in third person, okay? Now, here's the second technique, okay? This is the actual 54-second presentation. So we have the person engaged now, right? We've created that rapport, okay? So we don't want to talk so much that we distract them, right? But we have them, so whether it was some people have, found a way to do this, or some people are, found a way to get retired. Well, they're going to ask, what is it, right? Oh, what is it? What is that, person found? What have you heard, right? Tell me about it. And you say, okay, I can tell you, but it takes about a full minute. When could you give me a full minute of your time? Right? And of course, they're most likely going to say, well, right now, right? Yeah, I'll give you a minute. Okay, cool. So now, in this moment, just stop and think for a second. If this was you, or if this is one of your team members, right? At this point, they already have two yeses, right? They already have somebody that said yes to them twice, okay? How's the morale going to be? That's awesome, right? Now, all of a sudden, your team is excited because they're actually engaging people. They've created rapport and they've got somebody interested in what they've got to say. That's amazing, okay? And that's how we get results. So here's what we do. We're now going to classify these individuals, right? They're interested, and we have gained two yeses so far. So that's what you explain to your team. We are creating a system to filter out the prospects. And the person now must answer yes to the following 4 questions or the presentation is over, okay? So here's how it goes. So you answer, you say, okay, look, before I give you the 1-minute presentation, right, I will not waste my time or yours. So can I ask you 2 questions? And they're going to say, oh, sure, absolutely. So you say, okay, if there was a way to save money and earn some extra money and pay less in taxes without having to stop what you're currently doing, would that help? They're going to say yes, right? Most people are going to be like, well, yeah. What is it? What is it? Tell me what it is. No, hold on, right? You got to answer the 2 questions first and see if this is going to work. Okay. So the way to save money and earn some save money, earn some extra money, and pay less in taxes without having to stop what you're currently doing. Would that help? Of course. Well, yeah. All right. Well, what do you want to have more and less in your life? Now you got them thinking, right? And they're probably going to respond something like, oh yeah, I'd like to lower my expenses, right? Or have more time with my family, something like that, okay? So then you say, okay, what does that mean financially, right? An extra $500 to $1,000 a month do it? And then they would probably answer something like, yeah, about $1,000 a month to stay home with the kids, quit the second job, something, right? Okay, so here's how it works. We have to do 4 things. Let me review them with you. Number 1, I do not want you to make any changes, okay? We recommend things to people all the time, right? Like a good book, a movie, a restaurant, easy, right? With all the economic problems in the world, could you identify a few people in the next week that would like to save money and make money by sharing a membership, kind of like Amazon or Costco, that will help them save on travel, on dining, on shows, on concerts, and even doctor's visits, as well as reduce their taxes? What do you think they're going to say? They're going to say yes, right? And you're like, yeah, I think I could find somebody that would be interested in that, right? Okay, cool. All right. So for $1,000 a month extra that you're saying you need, you would have to start out talking to about 3 or 4 people like that, or like you, who would also like to save money and earn money from home. We all know people who would like to save money, travel and have a better lifestyle, right? Yes, they say yes. And you say, okay, that's 3 out of 4. If you are 4 out of 4, this could work for you, okay? And then you say, is it okay that we work as a team and that I help you until you're earning those $1,000 per month, since you are not quite sure how to do it yet? They're going to say yes, right? Who wouldn't? So great. That's 4 out of 4. Okay. So what have we done there? Let's review. We have gotten a whole bunch of yeses, right? We've got them saying yes. They put down their defenses. Okay. They're curious, right? They're going, wait a second. Okay. This is a solution, saving money, like a membership to Costco. Okay. This is making sense, and you're going to help me, right? Because I don't know what I'm doing yet, but you're going to help me until I make that. Wow. Most people are going to say yes, 4 out of 4, right? Cool. So at this point, the 54-second presentation is over and you go to the next step. So what's the next step? Well, if they're on Facebook, you do the ATM thing, right? You add them, you tag them, you message them, right, in Facebook, into the group, in the Facebook group. If they're not on Messenger, or if they're not on Facebook, then you just invite them to a Zoom or a meeting or a call or whatever, right? However you can get them the information, okay? If they answered no to any of the 4 questions, you thank them and you say, hey, that's okay, no worries, appreciate your time, right? And you move on with the next person. That's it. From there, it is a matter of training your associates to do the same thing you just did with them. And the secret is to do this daily. That's the secret. It really is. It's the step 1 of the 3 steps, right? Because, then of course, step 2 is to get them to the meeting. Step 3 is to get them to say yes, right? But that's on them. So the only thing we can do is step 1, which is, going out, creating interest, getting them to, respond, right? And then asking them or going through that process of, going through the questions and filtering. That's what we do. We're filtering. So the quicker you can do that, if you can do it daily, great. If you can only do it every other day, okay, it's better than nothing. But the point is, as constantly or consistently as you can possibly do it, we do the 54-second presentation to people, and we're going to psychologically help them along the path, and we're going to filter out those that we're just not going to fit, right? We're not going to waste time with them trying to convince them and, trying to get them in on something that they're not interested in. So, my friends, that was it. That's the 54-second presentation. I will get the recording out to you again and the PowerPoint so you can study it and, write it down and everything and really, ingrain it, because it does take some practice, right? You got to go through it and remember how to formulate the question right in the beginning, how to do the 2 facts, and then do the third party of this is what other people are doing. And you can make up your own, right? You don't have to use the ones I did, but if you can do that and you can practice it and get really good at it, next thing you know, you will be rocking, as every time you talk to somebody, you'll be able to get them either in or filter them out. So hopefully that was helpful, and thanks for jumping on. We'll see you guys next Saturday. Appreciate it.